just a side note, real quick,
Okay.
since we're scooting into the episode for everybody to see, as opposed to what Patreon got to experience.
Yes.
Guys, I was introduced today during our Patreon experience to Pete and Baz, BAS.
Yep.
Listen.
Some of the best rappers you've ever heard in your life.
Just look them up and listen to them. You just have them introduced to you the way that Tiny introduced them to me, and just have a person play the music for you, and don't look at who they are,
Yeah.
and then have it revealed to you who they are. It is the best surprise
Yeah.
one could ever see, and I am so here for it. I didn't know that I needed that, but that was
Now
like,
you have it.
that was like an upsized order of Sprite Zero. That was how refreshing
Yeah.
that was to me to hear that, because
I mean, that's
it's
kind of how I felt when I discovered them the other day.
like, I hate a lot of modern rap because of the diction, and it is not a problem with these gentlemen. And
You can easily understand them on their videos when you actually look at them the second time. The words are scrolling, and you're like, "Oh yeah, that's exactly what they're saying."
because I mean, I shared this with the Patreon, but I'm sharing it with everybody else. If you have poor diction in what you're saying in your songs, how are you supposed to convey your message?
Yep.
It's a stickler thing.
hmm hmm
It's the new year.
It is.
My birthday. I am now officially closer to 40.
Yeah.
Officially closer.
Yep.
I'm not as close as you.
Yeah. Aren't we at
But
the
I'll
point of
never
the year
be.
that we're the same age?
N-
Or does that never case? Am I thinking of someone else?
No, you're thinking of Dane.
Oh, okay.
Because
I knew there was one of the boys. It was like there was a time where we were the same age.
yes, because Dane would be the same age as you, because he ages. When's your birthday again?
November.
Yeah. Okay. So no, barely miss. So I don't know who it is.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter.
Confusions. I don't know, because
Maybe I'm thinking of my brother.
oh, that's so sweet of you.
Yeah. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
That's nice. You just thought of me as your brother.
Oh, well, I mean my actual
You hate?
brother.
Don't you kind of dislike your brother?
No.
You talk a lot of mad crap about your brother.
No.
Oh wait, that's a different person. I know.
Yeah. See, my brother lives in Indiana. That's why I don't get to see him like ever, really.
If I told you any specific information about any of my siblings, I would be lying, because I've made it up.
Not all of it. You have one brother that's just always scowling.
He looks like
He's got
me.
permascowl.
He looks like me.
Yeah.
But you just make it angry,
Yeah.
and it's me.
Yeah, it's
but
like-
angry.
It's like permafrost, but it's scowl.
like his eyes get small. Like his eyes are a
I've
little.
seen the man smile one time, and that's because somebody got hurt.
And he's actually a pretty sweet dude. Whenever you get past the outer shell of hardened out, like, I have to be angry. Like, he's a chuckle fuck, just like me.
Yeah.
But he doesn't like to embrace
Well,
this
he-
part.
he's-
He's
he-
got to be the hardened man.
No, he's
Got to be a man.
He's one of them mean chuckle fucks. Because I used to work with the man, and for a short amount of time, he was my team lead.
Hmm.
Until I looked at our mutual team lead, and I said, "You're going to have to move me, or there's going to be something bad happen."
And it could have been bad.
Yeah.
But in the new year, I've got to experience my birthday.
Mhm.
Yesterday, I got to DJ a wedding, and I didn't have to play any rap. So it was different vibe.
Yeah.
But the vibe that I got to do was, a lot of that older style music, because they had actually requested specifically some Fallout style music and
Nice.
some 50s themed
Ooh,
stuff.
that's cool.
And I was like, that's really cool. These folks are in their 20s wanting to hear some "Come on, baby,
That's awesome.
do that twit."
I do enjoy that kind of stuff, and dude, I enjoy like listening to old school Rat Pack.
Oh man, I had a lady walk over to me, and I was on a slow jam plate, like a slow jam mix that I've got going,
Yeah.
because I pick and choose. Like, here's something that's energy based,
Right,
so
right.
it makes it easier for me to pick and choose, as opposed to like
Right.
So I'm like, okay, it's time for something to slow down, give them a breather. I'll go to this. Well, I'd already switched over to that, and I was scrolling through, and this lady comes over and she says, "Hey, could you please play Fly Me to the Moon?" And I was like, "You mean song number 5?" It was right in front of me. Fly me to the moon. Let me see the stars. Like that is just it's let me see what life is like. It's such a pop.
Dude, a lot of those like old school songs around that time are so good, and I feel like the younger generation is really truly missing out.
And getting to play that kind of music for this younger generation was so refreshing because then it also left it that jackpot of no country, which means I didn't have to play Chris Stapleton for a
Right.
slow song because in Tennessee, you're hearing
all you get.
country. What are you gonna hear whenever it's time for a slow? You're gonna hear. I used to spend my nights out in the ballroom.
Yeah,
like
that's
it's
exactly how it starts
every
every time.
time. So
And it's a great
it
song.
is, but it's been
but,
burned
boy.
it's been burned and burned and burned and burned and burned. So it's now
Yeah.
became
Well, not to mention how many times have you had to sing that song?
I did used to sing that song.
So much.
That was a song that I sang several times. I've sang that song 100 times live, probably.
It's probably been more than that.
It's enough to where I can go through the harmonies, melodies, and everything without moving my diaphragm
Yeah.
because it's all just muscle memory.
Yeah, because it was at least once, sometimes twice a show.
Oh God, I hated it when it was twice a show because people would no, I'm sorry, we already played that earlier than that. Okay, here's $40. Will you play it for me and my wife? Boys, we're playing Tennessee whiskey again.
Yeah, I remember, I think it was at Misty's. You ended up doing it like every single set.
Yeah, because people kept putting money
Yeah.
in the jar.
Yeah,
That's
they
the
did.
rule of cover music. When
Yeah.
the money goes in the jar, you play the music,
Yeah.
especially if you know it. Now, the thing that always gets you kind of screwy is if it's Freebird and you don't drop a hundy.
Yep.
If there ain't a hundy dropped, Freebird don't get played.
Dude, and
Plain and simple.
that was the night that I had a Iberian Angel, I guess you could say.
They just kept like your beer never runneth dry.
It never did. It was the craziest thing because they gave us like chips for like 1 or 2 beers.
My beer of ever filling
Yeah.
that this redneck gave to me.
Yeah, so I went and turned it, and it was like really cheap Walmart poker chips. So I went and I gave it there, and so I had a Bud Heavy, and I'd have it over here, kind of away from all the equipment while I'm doing the sound, and I'd grab it, and I'd take a drink, and I'd sit it down, and then a break would happen, and I'd get my beer, and I'd take a drink, and I'd sit it down, I'd be turning and talking, and every time I grabbed my beer, it was cold. And it always seemed half full.
Yeah.
And I realized around the end of the night, I was like, there's no way that I've only had one. And there's no telling how many beers that I had that night. And that was a night that I didn't fall upstairs.
You'll swear until the day that you perish that you didn't fall. But if it wasn't a fall, it was the heaviest catch step that ever existed on the planet Earth.
There was, I think I had the mixer in its box.
Yes.
And my knee hit it, and it hit the side of the thing, like the ice machine thing that was right there. So it was a loud thud, and I could understand why it sounded like that.
Okay, because from our perspective and angle, that was the sound that the wooden deck made upon your body and board colliding with it.
No.
Okay, so
No.
that makes much more sense for the loud boom. That also, Misty's was the place that the electricity phased, and we lost a bunch of equipment.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That must have been after I had departed.
It was a post-time experience.
Yeah. Because when I was there is when y'all had to like play on the back of somebody's gooseneck trailer off this little balcony.
That was our time.
Yeah, and then the extension cable had to go from underneath said balcony up and around the side and two.
Yeah, dude, it was an awesome voltage drop. We were playing at 110 volts.
The worst was what was it? Twisted Oaks?
Twisted Oaks didn't want us there.
Yeah, well, their power couldn't support us anyway.
No, like literally the pars didn't even work. Like they were the old like can light pars, and
Yeah.
we tried to hook up them because it was so dim where they wanted us to play, but even the pars wouldn't light all the way up.
Oh yeah, because we'd be playing and then it would get like too loud and everything would go. Zzz. It felt like the whole building was squeezing in, taking a deep breath, just trying to survive.
Yeah, and honestly, the interactions from the bartenders and stuff there, whenever we played, it was very subpar. They didn't interact with us. They didn't talk to us. They didn't even like they were pissed that we were there. I think that's the vibe. Like, I don't know what we did to him. We'd never played there before.
Yeah, I mean that's just kind of the whole vibe when we got there, because it was like, hey, where do I plug in stuff at? And they're like, I don't know, figure it out.
Yeah, basically, long and short.
Yeah.
Like, they're cool with a country guitar player having an acoustic guitar and setting up an acoustic gig inside the bar, because that's the vibe they want. But then they hired a rock band to come out there, and they're like, God, they're going to be loud.
Yeah, and it was
Oh
kinda like
no!
well, their problem was it was like a 10-sided lean-to that looks like was rigged up hastily, because like you walked in, it was like nice cool bar with natural wood, you know, and like twisted things, and then you walk into just green tin roofing shack just stapled to the side.
I bet they've improved on it at this point.
I'm sure they have.
But I haven't been back to check. See, the thing about me in bars is, especially if I'm burned by you in some kind of way,
Mhm.
I'm going to go out of my way to never return.
Yeah.
And that's real easy to do. There's
Yeah.
always another bar.
I mean, honestly, I think my favorite of the ones that we went to was Cripple Creek. Rest in peace.
Dude, Cripple Creek it was a little hole in the wall, and
It was.
and you might have
And it had a reputation,
it did. I mean,
but I didn't see any of
you
the
want to be
reputation.
treated like royalty as a cover band,
Oh, yeah.
traveling around and setting up at bars and playing. You should have played there, because
Yep.
they were nice people. They were so appreciative of you. They jammed to your music the
Oh, yeah.
entire night,
And
and they had a vending machine full of dildos.
Yep, and they would happily bring you buckets of beer.
Yeah. They were just so thrilled that we were there, because they were entertained. This is what they wanted to do. They wanted live music. We're bringing them live
Dude,
music.
How much money did we spend that one night trying to win 2 dildos to put in the drummer's like stick bag?
If I said 50, I would probably be underestimating.
Because we tried so hard, and we
We
just kept
wanted
getting, like,
it.
dumb shit.
Wanted it.
Because we got like a ring gag.
Because it
and,
wasn't
like,
their current drummer.
position cards.
Their current drummer would have thought that was the funniest thing
Yeah.
that ever happened.
Yeah.
But the drummer at the time
Yeah, Johnny Ray.
would have
Oh, he
had
would've been so
he would have
mad.
had an entire hemorrhoid dedicated to how upset he was that
yeah.
was in,
Yeah.
What the hell's that there in my drum bag?
Yeah, and that's exactly what he sounded like.
Now what the hell's this there in my drum bag? It's just touching my shit. Who put this shit in
Yeah.
my drum bag?
Yeah, because I mean, my plan was also, if we couldn't get 2 of them, we could only get one, to put it on his mallet for his kick drum. So it'd be like,
So all that trip down Shattered Memory Lane just to say Tennessee Whiskey didn't have to be played, and instead, during a point of a slow jam, I got to play song like Journey's Faithfully.
yeah.
And that is a perfect slow jam. I mean, and it even gives me a chance to, in the middle of
And
a slow
it's
jam.
Journey.
It's Journey. You can't go wrong with Journey. I mean, especially in the middle of a slow jam to where the beat is just letting you just sway back and forth and just letting you be in the moment. And then you hear Neil Sean ripping a guitar solo to the same melody that the vocals were hitting the whole time. Oh, God, it's so worth it. Just to occasionally take a break from club thumping music at a wedding and switch it into just a different vibe for everybody to be together. Like, it's just different. It's just different.
Mhm.
And it was shocking. It was surprising, and I had a great time. And that's how I spent my birthday.
I mean, that'd be a good way to do it.
That was a good way to spend my birthday. It's a whole lot better than. Hey, Tony, is that a spider on the wall behind your head?
Oh, gather round, you mates of mine, for tales of nerds and lore. 3 best friends on a podcast line.
Hi, everyone. I'm Austin Shazam Pfeiffer.
And I'm Tiny.
And we are Nerded Through the Grapevine, the podcast where your best friends gather weekly to talk about our favorite parts of past, present, and future nerd culture. And we're going to talk about some things we're looking forward to in the year 2026. It's a new year. It's the same us. I mean,
yeah.
God, if another person.
I don't know. We had a transcendent experience, so I feel like I'm a new man.
New year, new me.
Yeah.
What transcendent experience? What's this?
The gentleman I showed you.
That is true. That does make me feel like a brand new man. Hashtag Brooks and Dunn.
Hashtag New Year, New Me.
So there's some things that are coming out, and it's stuff that maybe you might need to look out for, and we are interested in maybe checking it out. We've compiled some things on our own accord. Tiny's got his things, I've got my things, and these are just things that we've selected that we know are coming out, that we are excited about and might talk about later. Just because it's in the world of releases of fantasy things, especially whenever it's like either nerdy or actiony or anything going on in movie stuff, like it's hard to get excited about a lot of stuff nowadays because you just got to figure out when it's coming to streaming. Because we ain't going to the theater.
Truth.
Like, I don't think there's a moving, like, there was the last movie that was compelling enough to get me to the theater was Superman, and that's just because I had to know. I had to know.
True.
I didn't want to wait, had to know, didn't want to wait. But, like, our local theater, it's, like, not good.
No.
It's not good. It's inferior screens, sticky seats, sticky floors. The sound systems are just okay. Like, I used to be, and maybe it's because I'm getting older, and because I am upwards of 40. The movie theaters used to be like, is it going to be this loud the whole time? But now it's like, can you turn it up?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't need to feel that way. If you're surrounded by like $10,000 worth of sound, that shouldn't happen. Because that's what you'd expect in an actual movie theater, was a sound system like that, at least. So what kind of stuff would you be looking forward to that's coming out in 2026 that we might catch when it comes to streaming?
Well, the first thing that I'm kind of looking forward to, it ain't coming to streaming, but it's the final book in
George
in
Martin's
the Red Rising series. It's going to be called Red God. It's going to wrap up the two trilogies, and that will be really cool.
And do you know what was the premise that they left off of in the last book?
Well, I didn't read the second trilogy once I found out there was going to be a seventh book. I've only read the first trilogy because the first trilogy has a nice ending if there's nothing else, and I didn't want to read those three if it didn't have that, because then I'd have had to wait for Red God.
So you're saying that you left the universe cut short just because you knew it wasn't completed yet and you were waiting to finish the universe when it was completed?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it was originally supposed to be the first trilogy.
So what's it like being a Martin literature fan?
Horrible. Horrible. And because, I'm also waiting on Dungeon Crawler Carl, which I think Carl's Book of Boom, if he stays with that title, is supposed to come out this year as well.
He's been releasing those books.
He pumps out books
very steadily, and that takes some doing. But I'm glad that he's
they're thicker every time too, because the first one is like 300 pager. Then they go whoop.
And just letting the creative juices flow like that, and just being able to pump out those kind of volumes. Yeah. Like, how many did he release within a year?
I don't know, but it was a lot back to back. Well, his stuff was discovered recently because he had a blow up. His stuff went viral because he's now considered the granddaddy of lit RPG, which is a type of book that I didn't even know that I liked. Basically, your character is stuck in a video game by some kind of means.
Yeah.
So there's a built-in game that they have to play as like one of the main points of the story. And so
it's got a mechanic.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of them. They're even going to release like a tabletop version of Dungeon Crawler Carl because of all the mechanics. They're all in the book. You find out the more mechanics as you go. and it's so cool.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's like
He's
Just-
become one of my favorite authors in a genre that I didn't know existed.
so just because your phone has a ringtone to it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's God damn it, donut,
Yep.
and
Done by Jeff Hayes.
that as soon as I heard that the first time, I was like, oh, that's Carl, ain't it?
Yep.
And he's like, yep. How you don't read it? I don't read it because now it's so famous, it's a thing.
Oh yeah. Well, it's also so famous because the guy who did the audiobook narrations, there's two versions, okay? Get the Sound Booth Theater version if you're going to listen to it because it's so well done. Each character has distinctive voices. He brings on these other people. It's like a movie but with no picture. So if you don't want to read it, definitely listen to his because it's not your typical audiobook. And so that's what I have is on my phone is Jeff Hayes saying, God damn it, donut. And it's just, it's said a lot in the books. That's one of his two catchphrases. It's such a catchphrase that it's even mentioned as his catchphrase in the book by the audience.
I am not against the pulled into other universe written literature. I will be happy once they take that written literature and they turn it into an anime.
I mean, they very well could. And you know what? I'm pretty sure I'd watch this one.
Like if they made that, if like, and I want to speak it into existence because occasionally we have that power.
Yeah.
The studio that animated Vox Machina.
Yep. They would be the ones that would have to do it.
Let's put it out there. There's only one way for us to really truly put those things out there, and that is to say that's the first thing canonized.
Yeah.
In 2026.
Yeah. And
Is that
in a
this-
very long time.
That's true. It's been a minute. We don't try to flex on the universe
No,
very
It's
often.
been so long that it had moved behind Wonder Woman and Squeezy Dragon. I had to search for it for a second.
That's crazy. We hadn't really thought about having anything canonized in a long
No.
time. Just because this is worth canonizing because
Mhm.
the studio that made Vox
Put it down
Machina
backwards.
also made a show I watched called Mighty Nine, and both
Which
of
is
those,
the sequel to Vox Machina, if you will.
but if
Is
you
Campaign 2.
so if you I like that studio's art style. I like what they do with stories. So why don't you let them do Carl?
Yeah.
Because that would be wonderful to
I
see.
mean, honestly, Matt Denneman probably would. That's the author.
Mhm.
Because he was approached by Jeff Hayes, who was a true fan of his work. And he was like, hey, man, how about you let me do the audiobook? And he goes, all right, dog. And so he did it. And I think it's going to revolutionize the audiobook world because of how well this is done. Because at different points in the audiobook, when it goes to the chat, there's a little and a little filter, and the voices are so iconic. Like Carl sounds almost Patrick Warburton-y,
Yeah.
which was intentional. It starts off like very Warburg, and then it kind of relaxes a little in the next couple of books,
Mhm.
and it gets so good. And the best part is Jeff Hayes at the end of the first one, kind of with permission, wrote a little advertisement for the second audiobook at the end of the first one. Matt Denneman loved the idea so much that he would write little commercials that were between the books that you can't read, you have to listen to.
Mhm.
And some of them was commercials for in universe shows,
Yeah.
because they go on some reality shows in there for interviews. And so some of them were like that. One of them was Donut giving a commercial for some kind of cat thing. And by the way, you should listen to the next one by Jeff Hayes. It's so good.
I wouldn't mind listening to them. Do you,
I got mine from Ryan Reynolds.
I might have to holler at Ryan just because, but then at the same time, I could just say I'll just need something that I could save on this.
Yeah.
So
You can.
because the wife will definitely be using her Kindle for all things. So
Oh yeah. I mean,
I'm not
you
prying
can use
that.
the listenables on that.
that'll be from my cold dead hands kind of thing. But she'll be
yeah.
like, well, you can use it anytime you want to.
Yeah. You can use it to read what I'm reading.
Yeah, you can sit over my shoulder and try to keep up.
Yep. She reads a lot, and I'm a little jealous of that.
Jesus, man, dude, she's a powerhouse of reading. Like I can't. I can.
Dude,
I can get into a flow to where it is like a chapter per like few minutes. Like it is zoom, zoom, zoom in those ACOTAR books.
yeah.
But then once I lose speed, then I lose interest, and then some of my HDs kick in,
Yeah.
and then it's no longer a thing, and it goes away. I've got a Batman book in there I still haven't read.
Yeah, dude, it's so hard for me to sit down and read anymore. Like I used to be like Trudy, just read constantly every day, all the time, and now it's like I don't do that, and I want to get to at least where I'm reading on the daily, even if it's like 20 or 50 pages. Like that's one of my goals for this year is to try to read at least 20 pages a day.
Well, if you also wanted to make some time to expand on a universe written by one of your favorite authors,
Okay.
you could watch on January 18th when A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms premieres. So you can see them go into the novellas based on Dunk and Egg.
Yeah, probably won't do that there, Chief.
And then you could look at Game of Thrones through the perspective of like lower class society.
Which will be fine if you finished the other ones.
That's true. I'm just saying.
Give me Winds of Winter, man.
It ain't gonna happen.
It has to.
It ain't gonna happen.
I want it to so bad.
That man is
I don't-
79,000 years old.
I'm to the point that I'm okay with it if a Sanderson like thing happens with like he did with Robert Jordan. I would be okay if somebody did that. I'm not speaking that. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope he lives a long, happy existence. But if that's how I can actually get the end of the story, I would have to be okay with that. I want it to actually come from the man himself. Somebody at an interview asked Brandon Sanderson that question. He got so mad. Don't blame him, because he finished out the not Wheel of Time. Maybe it was Wheel of Time,
Yep.
like the Robert Jordan books.
Yep.
Wrote the last like 2 or 3 to finish it out for him after he had passed away. And somebody asked Brandon Sanderson, "Hey, are you going to do that for George R.R. Martin when he dies?" And it's like, dude,
That's not a fun thing to ask.
that's a
somebody.
horrible thing to ask.
And while you're at it,
And
as
while
I'm,
you're at it, you just made sure it won't happen.
yep. So is he?
He basically not nicely said no because of you.
Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like you're talking to your granny and asking her about the will.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, by the way, Granny, what you got for me in there?
Yeah.
Now? Nothing. Nothing. Probably nothing.
Exactly.
Another television show that's coming out that I'm actually looking forward to is the season 8 release of Outlander.
Oh, okay. Isn't that supposed to be like their final season?
I believe that it is one of the final seasons. I don't know if it's season 8 or
I
if
didn't realize they had so many.
well, there's so many books.
I mean, that's true. Like there's
like
a lot of the books.
There's like 11 books.
Mhm.
Like and they don't skip out on story from the books except for a couple spots that I wish they didn't skip out on. It's I don't read the books, but if I get interested enough in something, I will research the books.
Right.
Although the most efficient researching of a book should be to read the book.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, they even have audiobooks now, so you don't even have to read them.
But now that I'm attached to the show and the characters and their portrayals in the show,
Mhm.
I've already got the book ruined for me. Like we're the generation, like, and literally our age, mind
Yeah.
you, are the like one of the last generations that ever got to have their own head canon for the sound of Harry Potter.
It's true.
Before you were indoctrinated into now, Snape has to sound like this.
Yep.
Harry's got to sound like this. whatever Malfoy's got to sound like this.
Yep.
Like before that, it was your own characterizations of them, and it's sad to get it all wrecked by a TV show, because now even like if I was to get into the book, all I'd be able to do is envision the characters from the TV show.
Which is fine.
It is fine since I love the TV show, but it doesn't always translate that way, you know?
That's true.
Because what if the character directions and decisions don't match what you've already witnessed in this, like the series that you love so much?
They don't,
know, and
they
what if
don't read The Walking Dead.
I've heard that. I've heard that from people. I've heard that from actually several people and the internet.
Oh yeah.
Because in real life, people talk about stuff too, but on the internet, people jabber.
Oh yeah, people really do.
There's also season 3 of House of Dragons that's going to be coming out sometime in the summer. And we've already, my wife and myself have already expressed to you that the House of Dragons show is pretty fucking cool.
Well, I got so burnt by Game of Thrones, and not even when most people got burnt by it, because I feel like I do this thing with my shoulders, but
Wiggle, 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 wiggle,
well, no, it's like they got a pop.
wiggle,
But anyway,
wiggle.
I would look up like some of my favorite or some of the most pivotal scenes from the book, and then get on YouTube and look them up to see how they filmed them. Like the fight between the Red Viper and the Mountain, spot on like the book. The guys in there did absolutely perfect for that. Like to the point that I got like chill bumps watching it.
That was the Mandalorian.
Yeah, it was.
It was
Robert Pascal.
Pedro.
Pedro Pascal. Wow.
Who
Why did I
the-
say Robert?
Who the fork is Robert?
I don't know, bro.
Smack your hand. Good, because you don't need to smack your
both
mouth.
of
You
them.
have jewelry.
Yeah, I ain't smacking my mouth anymore.
You got jewelry.
I've aged to the point that I'm not smacking my mouth anymore. I don't care what you say.
And I don't even care about the pacing of House of Dragons. To be honest, I get a little impatient with stuff, but at the same time, like it's a story.
Well, here's the thing, okay?
I need to not expect everything to be always kick-assery.
Here's what I need. I need to know more about Cold Hands. I'm sorry, I'm circling back. I need to know about Urine Crow's Eye. I need to know how he has the Horn of Winter, how he got it, why his ship is called, well, we know it's called the Silence because he yanks the tongue out of all of his crew and slaves and stuff. Why did you do that? Where have you been? Because you've gone everywhere that's supposed to kill you. And why do you have some of that, like, arcane stuff? That's what I need. That's what I need, George.
Yeah.
That's what I need, man.
And now, what is the like the dark sorceress's name within the Melisandre?
Yes, the also
Red
like
Witch?
the Red Witch or the Red Woman.
Yeah, Red Woman, Melisandre.
Mm-hmm. And in the book, she's got like this really deep female, like almost it's almost like a real sensual kind of sounding
That's
voice.
kind of the way she talks in the show.
No, not at all.
You don't think so?
No, I heard the lady that played her in the show, and it was like getting stabbed in the ears with a jagged piece of glass.
Like, did you watch the show parts where she was in, or just heard the lady talk?
I looked at one or two parts
Okay.
of what went on with her.
Well, typically when she was trying to manipulate, she'd like get in like her biggest manipulation stuff, but it wasn't as sultry probably as what you were thinking, or as smooth.
Yeah, it
So,
was very like
doesn't ma-
sultry but creepy. in
Yeah,
the
it
book.
doesn't match your head canon
Creepy
much.
sultry. Well, no, like I audiobooked those.
So the audiobook did a better job.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. Yeah. Well, the audiobooks is a dude reading the book to you, but I read them first, and then I wanted to reread them, but I was doing work, and that's when I got into audiobooks. I was like, I'll listen to them. And the original narrator, he's got this like very subtle Welsh, and it just matches with the nobility so well. So good.
There's
Still
also
like the last one or two because he forgot how to pronounce some things because, well, it was 20 years between the fucking books.
there's also another television show that's coming out based on a book series by Anne Rice,
Okay.
and the Vampire Lestat,
Oh, okay.
and it is the secret third season of the Interview with the Vampire series from AMC.
Okay.
And the AMC Interview with the Vampire series has actually been a very good series. I've watched both seasons. It's a lot more in depth,
Mhm.
and I feel like they do a wonderful job. Like just portraying, just putting a different spin on a vampire too. Like it makes you have a deeper concept of Louis being Louis, as
Mhm.
opposed to what you got to see of Louis being Louis in Interview with the Vampire, the movie.
I tried to watch the movie, man. I couldn't do it.
I've seen the movie probably 10 times.
Well,
It was a good vampire movie for me
it's
whenever I was
like a
growing
real
up.
like slow roll kind of thing.
Yeah,
And it's like it started off cool, but like it was just
Tom Cruise did a pretty good
it was
Lestat in that
slow.
movie, though.
Like the actors and stuff did good. It was just the pacing.
Yeah.
The pacing was just so slow.
So it's going to come out in the summertime though. Same thing with Outlander, but not Outlander, but same thing with House of Dragon. It's coming out sometime this summer, but they haven't given an exact date yet because they still have several months to do that. There's also, I believe, a fourth season of Vox Machina going to come out.
I mean, there's a lot they can pull from.
Yeah. Let me see where this because I've got a description here of when everything is supposed to be where it's supposed to be pulling from here. Vecna.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Vecna is later in that campaign. That's the one campaign of theirs that I listened to all of it,
Yeah.
and it was very good. Vecna becomes a very large portion of the overarching story, and so that would probably mean that they're close to the end of what they have for Vox Machina, unless they decide to just make up some stuff, because the actors are very heavily involved in the writing process of the actual show itself, which the actors are the people that played them.
So I know you don't typically like watching animes, but
I mean, I watched the first season of Vox Machina. I never knew that they did follow-ups.
They did. They've got 3 seasons.
Yeah, like I'd be totally down to watch all of them
Yeah. Just
because I loved Critical Role so much.
they're all on Prime.
Okay.
And there's so much
Are
story
they
with
payers or with subscriptioners?
subscriptioners.
Okay, because I call those free, even though they're just included in the subscription. I don't like the payers. There's so many payers on Prime.
Dude, Prime is 3/4 payers.
Yeah,
Like, and they're like, "Oh, first episode for free."
yeah,
And then you pay $3 an episode.
yeah. It's like eat my entire ass with a spoon.
There is a different premise to the idea of being a hero in an anime that's coming out that I've been looking forward to, and it's called Sentenced to be a Hero.
Okay,
Sentenced to be a Hero isn't.
I'm gonna guess. Let me guess the plot.
Gimme.
Okay, because the title sounds kind of cool. Like the guy did something bad. Don't know what it was. He committed a crime or multiple crimes. He was prone to skullduggery. He gets busted, and they go, in order to fix what you did, now you have to be a superhero, and now you're gonna have to, like, pay off your debt to society.
No.
What the fuck's the point of the title?
Because in this dark fantasy, the world exists for the worst punishment a criminal can receive is they are put into a prison world ruled by a demon king and made immortal,
Okay.
forced to fight the armies of the demon king, and they don't get to not be hurt. They don't get to not die. They get to experience their death every time and just get instantly resurrected
Okay. I mean,
To
that sounds neat too.
to perpetually serve out your sentence as a hero.
I mean, that also does sound like hell.
Now, it's based off of the light novel series, which the light novel series is Sentenced to be a Hero, The Prison Records of a Penal Hero, Unit 9004.
Mhm.
So light novel titles are just like, they're huge. But the premise alone was just like enough for me to get like,
Mhm.
this is interesting. Because there's a little video that I'll show you later for it because I've got that saved as well. But it's pretty dope idea. Just because typically, like if you're summoned to another world and you're a hero, you're like, oh, I'm in another world and I'm gonna be the hero. Or in some cases, oh, I'm summoned to the other world. I need to fix it.
And I kind of like more the reluctant hero kind of shtick.
The actually the funny thing, my wife and me have been watching a mature anime here recently called Tales of Wedding Rings,
Mm.
and it is like if one of her novels was made into an animated,
Isn't that the one with like all the tits,
like all the
like,
tits,
all the assets?
all the assets except for like a mysterious fuzzy cloud that happens over genitalia. So, but it's funny though because I was like, I don't know what this is, and she's like, I don't know, let's watch it. I was like, really? She's like, oh, yeah. Like, okay, so we watched it, and I was like, these aren't awkwardly timed boobs. Like this
These
is
boobs have a deeper meaning.
these aren't jiggle physics boobs. These are just boobs put into a show, just like we would have boobs in a scene in a show, because they make anime for adults over in the Japan.
Yeah.
And then there's this, of course, this trope that we hate of the like the child, and the like looks like a child, and like and then the main character calls them out because they're trying to come on to him, and he's like, "Never gonna happen. You look like a child." And she's like,
Jesse, that's
"How
awesome.
I am an ancient dragon. How dare you mock my petite human form?" I don't care. You look like you're 12. Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
Finally, like it's too often in anime that they're like, she's a vampire that's 4,000 years old, but her age regression makes her look like she's 14. Like,
So it's okay if you like do sex stuff with her. It's fine to cultivate that melon patch.
but yeah, it's just there's different aspects in shows of like in anime that aren't just like it's a cartoon, it's for kids. Like, no, they do adult shows for it as well.
Yeah.
And it's actually very entertaining, and it's funny because the main hero just crossed over into the other world because like he had this girl crossed over in a portal, and I think her name is Hikume, but anyway, she crossed over in a portal and he saw it, and she crossed over into his world. She's a princess from this other world that just was trying to stay safe in the normal world.
Yeah.
But there comes a time where she was called to do her duty as the ring bearer of light and to go and be the maiden of the ring of light. And so she was called back to her world. And he saw this happening, and he just ran after her into the portal, not knowing what was on the other side, what kind of consequences it would have. And as soon as he pops over to the other side, she's in a marriage ceremony. Like, and she's having to get married to this prince, and he like interrupts it. And she, like, the vows are about to be said, and she just turns around and hears his voice and runs to him and kisses him, and all of a sudden this magic ring appears on his finger. And she says, "The ceremony has been sealed. You are now the ring king."
Okay.
Because and it's an entire journey of now this man that has no idea of why he's even in this other world, because besides the fact that he loves this woman that was about to be lost to him forever through a portal he doesn't know how to get through by himself, or even he's seen it twice in his life and it always involves her. So he runs after her, love of his life.
Mhm.
And now he's destined to collect all of the elemental rings with all of the elemental princesses attached to them, and all he cares about is the Maiden of Light, because that's who he's chased after from his world to this in the first place. So he's having to go around and like at least befriend them, but that's the way they seal the ceremony, is a kiss.
Okay.
So he's having to at least befriend them. He doesn't, like the little dragon one that I was talking about.
Yeah.
There's like the little petite one. She was like begging for food. And she says, "I got you." Mwah! And he has a ring on his finger. He's like, "The hell was that?" it's
Crazy.
a fun show. It's a real fun show. And there's a Dami Mommy in it you might enjoy.
I mean, you know,
She is the fire princess.
I'm not saying.
She's
I'm not saying.
she's a fire
what I'm
princess.
saying.
And the only way that you can get her to marry you is if she respects you in battle.
I mean, I feel like Miss Midnight's kind of like that.
And she's like, "Why don't you call upon the power of the other ring maidens to help you in this battle? It's not going to do anything for me just to fight you. You're weak." And he's like, "No. If you have to marry me, you're going to respect me." And that's because of my respect for you.
I think I may have figured out the key to anime.
What?
Because right now I'm very susceptible to everything you're describing.
Continue.
It's that product that we had beforehand.
It
I
makes
think
it
that would be the key.
I blame lemon cherry gelato as well for how much anime appeals to me.
Yeah, because I mean, it also made me buy like 7,400 chopsticks for no reason.
You needed them. It's gonna help you. It's gonna help. Oh, this is like a this is like a 1990s tabloid
Well,
diet. Buy some chopsticks and eat with some chopsticks. You'll lose weight because it takes you a
Well,
lot longer
look.
to eat, and you'll realize you're full.
LCG also made me buy the banjo. LCG makes me. I get real susceptible to things. There's a pattern.
Lemon cherry gelato, you are a friend of mine. I just don't need to have you and then get online. I'll
That's
buy
true.
some things I don't need to go home, like 7,000 chopsticks, and throw away my spoons.
Yeah, I think there needs to be some kind of like Amazon lock that is like algebra based,
I would hate it if
like advanced algebra based.
I would hate it if Amazon Prime used a red eye sensitivity facial scan.
I don't think
Like-
my eyes ever go red.
Well, you
But
know,
then again, I've never looked in the mirror right after.
hello, Zach. Well, so what other stuff do you got that you're looking forward to coming out, or is that was your big one was the book?
All the stuff I was looking forward to.
I found a whole lot of stuff that might be worth my watch. Just because I do get excited about like the superhero stuff sometimes, like Supergirl is going to be the Millie Adcock movie that comes out based off of the movie.
Yeah, I did see like a trailer.
Because the graphic novel that it's based off of is called Woman of Tomorrow, and it is where Kara, who is Supergirl,
Is it the same as like the Supergirl TV show?
same
Or different?
same character,
universe.
same character, different portrayal, different universe altogether.
Okay, so it wouldn't have to be the same actress. 'Cause
No.
she did really good.
It's-
I enjoyed her a lot, and not just from an aesthetic sense.
Yeah, it's where Woman of Tomorrow is where Supergirl is grieving over the loss of her planet Krypton, because there is a phase in Supergirl's progression in her story to where Clark is full grown. She was sent to Earth to protect him, but due to this wormhole and this trap, she is now arrived on Earth like 20 something years too late. He's full grown, already Superman, and then she shows up.
Yeah.
And then she's just got to figure out where she fits. But she mourns differently than he does. He mourns the loss of his planet in a way to where he'll never know. Like, oh, there's so much I'll never know. She mourns the loss of her planet as, oh, there's so much I'll never have again.
Right.
Like, she is literally like one of the two survivors of a planetary holocaust. And she is going around to planets that have red sun radiation just so she can get intoxicated. Because red sun radiation kills Kryptonian power. So she is just mortal, hopping planet to planet on a spaceship, trying to get hammered. But along the way, she's pissed off somebody. And they hire a bounty hunter to go after her.
Okay.
And it's Lobo, the main man. And Lobo is such a badass in the comics, such a badass in the television series.
Well, see, I'd never heard of Lobo till you was telling us about him a few episodes back.
And they in the teaser trailer that they had released, and I watched it. I mean, I hate to not to like I'm typically a trailer free champion, but I had to go with it because it was a teaser. All it's going to do is just like give me a glimpse of what stuff's going to look at
Right.
or going to look like. But you had Jason Momoa being Lobo, and you got to see
course.
like a first look at him.
Of course you did.
He was born, dude. He is born to play Lobo. He wasn't born to play Aquaman. Aquaman was a fluke. That just got successful because it was Aquabro and it was a different take on him. And people were like, "Oh, Aquaman's not such a pussy."
Honestly, I didn't mind the Aquaman. movies.
Because Aquaman wasn't like fish.
Right.
He was like a badass.
Yeah.
Because Aquaman is a badass, but people focus way too much on Super Friends Aquaman and be like, fish.
Right.
He can rival fucking Superman and Wonder Woman in strength toe to toe for a little bit. Like, he is strong.
Mhm.
So just he was a decent version of that. But anyway, Lobo is I think that if anybody in like that kind of a characterization to where you can have this dude bro, but also it works for the character,
Yeah.
Lobo.
Okay.
It just I'm excited to see his portrayal of it because the Lobo loves to talk about himself in third person all the time.
Mhm.
Meanwhile,
So,
riding around an
rem-
intergalactic space Harley.
Remind us what Lobo's powers are.
Lobo can regenerate his entire body from a single cell.
I mean, that's pretty handy.
Yeah. He's super strong to the point to where he can go toe to toe, blow to blow with Superman, full strength.
Pretty handy.
He has intergalactic weaponry that have immobilizing capabilities based on the different weaknesses of different creatures and things that he would be hunting.
Okay, that's pretty handy.
Most of the time, he has them disguised as like redneck shotguns,
Okay.
but with different ammunitions. One of his favorite weapons is just a space metal chain.
So
He just like frankly just fucking whips people with it.
So what you're saying is he would almost be able to compete with Batman
He don't like fighting with Batman, and
as far
Batman.
as strength because
he don't-
Batman beat his ass.
No, he don't like fighting with Batman, and Batman don't like fighting with him.
Batman beat his ass
That's the thing. Like Batman gets him so pissed off,
because he's Batman's the most powerful being in the universe.
but Batman knows that he can't actually do anything to him.
Yeah.
So it's like, nah.
But he can make him hurt and not feel good.
I hurt myself. Yeah, I think that's going to be a fun movie. Because did you watch the new Superman?
No, not yet.
It's worth watching. It's a good comic book take on Superman as opposed to just
I have
like
access to it. I also haven't watched the one that had Sentinel in it.
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. I can never remember the title of that one.
Well, Thunderbolts is
It's such a dumb title.
well. That's the name of their crew.
I know.
But the Thunderbolts itself is a good like. It's more or less like a study of mental health as opposed to a superhero movie,
Yeah.
and it's depressing as fuck.
Well, yeah, because they're like the antithesis of the Avengers, but they're like almost like a Dark Mirror kind of version. Because you had like U.S. Agent, Taskmaster, Red Guardian. I can't remember the other couple. Or Sentinel.
Yeah. Did you already say White Widow?
No,
Okay.
I couldn't remember her.
Yeah, because
I think there's one more.
Because that's Black Widow's sister.
Yeah.
Dang, there might have been. I'm a bad person
Well, I'm just gonna give it a goog.
because I can't remember all. I think there was only 5 because Taskmaster was only there for a short amount of time. Like I'm talking just enough to be on the roster and then died. And that's not trying to be spoilery. That's literally something the internet makes fun of, and I agree with it.
Gotcha.
Like, how much preparation did this actress put into playing this role that was put in this hype with the promotion, and then
So-
they're left in there for how long? That's bullshit on that.
The team is, White Widow or Yelena Belova, Bucky Barnes or Winter
Oh,
Soldier,
yeah, Winter Soldier.
Red Guardian,
don't
John Walker, Ghost, Taskmaster.
Yeah, Taskmaster just might as well not have been on the list.
Yeah.
But just keep that in mind. The rest of them are prominent.
Yeah, and what was the Captain America? Like?
Oh, his name was American Agent.
Yeah,
I believe.
or like U.S. agent.
U.S. Agent, I think. No, I don't remember. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up real quick because I hate not knowing it.
Yeah, they just put their names, not their super names, on the IMDb cast.
Wait, did you say John Walker?
Yeah, John Walker,
U.S. Agent.
U.S. agent. Okay, I was pretty sure that's who John Walker was, but I didn't want to be wrong.
You know, there was an older episode of the podcast where we had this really cool thing happen, and we had this really cool song that was reggae.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember that reggae song.
No, I don't.
Well, it starts off with a little bit of that binaural beat stuff that we were talking about during the Patreon spot.
Binaural Beats is so good. Oh yeah, I was like, man, this sounds real familiar.
Doody. Mortal Kombat 2 is coming to theaters.
Why?
Mortal Kombat 2 is coming to theaters.
Now, the
Carl Urban is going to be Johnny Cage.
the first one would have been good if it wasn't for Goro in the backyard.
You reckon my barbecue? Hey, Goro!
Yeah, and like, hold on, where I'm discovering my literal basket weave style plot armor.
I'm going to list off the characters, not the actors, because the only one that I'm 100% familiar with off of the jump is Carl Urban.
Okay.
But I'm going to list to you the characters that are going to happen in Mortal Kombat 2. Johnny Cage,
Okay.
Katana,
Okay.
Sonya Blade,
Okay.
Kano,
Okay.
Liu Kang,
I did like Kano in the first one.
Jax,
Okay.
Jade, Cole Young's returning,
Of course.
Quan Chi,
Okay.
Shang Tsung, Raiden.
Was Raiden in the first one? I don't think that he was.
I don't recall.
Or no. I think he was just kind of there for just like a 1-2 because he had first seen him in the fighting boxing ring.
Noob Saibot,
The name sounds familiar.
Scorpion, and slash Hanzo.
Yeah, of course.
Dope.
Dude, that was the best part of the first movie was
It was
watching
straight.
Sub-Zero. Dude, that was so good.
It was straight out of a martial arts film. Like
yeah, dude, it was so good.
it was great. I loved that. Then you have Shao Kahn,
Okay.
King Gerard, Queen Sindel, Kung Lao,
Mhm.
and everybody's favorite sword on freak, Baraka.
Mm. Nice.
So that's going to be interesting to see where they go with
That's
this.
a pretty good list of characters, and then there's Cole.
With literal plot armor.
Probably going to bring in his little brother because he too has the special.
Lou! That was the only thing I remember about the original Mortal Kombat. Your soul is mine. Lou!
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
vaguely.
Scream. Because he has
It's
like.
been a while
he's
since
like-
I've seen those, and I can't find mine.
Oh man, because I can just the way that he's looking at the camera in the dream. Lou!
I mean, Mortal Kombat was my first video game experience back in the day.
Here's a movie that's going to fail. And I don't mean to speak ill of it, and not give it a chance.
I mean, you literally just said Mortal Kombat 2.
No. That one's gonna. That has its own merit to it. This one's gonna fail on a different one. Jared Leto's in it. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Why would they put Leto in that? He's
He's-
probably going to play He-Man, ain't he?
Skeletor.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that can go one of two ways, man.
Idris Elba is Man at Arms.
Man at Arms. I'm not sure who that is, but okay.
He's the right hand. He's like the dude that has all the different, like the big. He's the mustached guy, the big general.
I've not seen He-Man many times.
Oh, you weren't a He-Man guy?
No.
You know about the power of Crazy School of the Power? You
No,
didn't
couldn't
He-Man?
tell you.
There's
I know there was a cat. A battle cat.
Battle Cat was in He-Man. That is correct.
Yeah.
I just don't. It's just it seems like there's a lot of Jared Leto's happening, and I don't see many of them getting super hype reviews.
No, I don't either.
Like he won the Oscar for Dallas Buyers Club, and then after that, it's like he's in all this stuff that just I don't know. It's odd.
Wasn't that about like human trafficking?
I don't
Dallas Buyers Club.
100%. If I was to tell you,
You'd have to kill me.
I can't remember.
Oh,
There's been a lot of movies that replaced it afterwards.
gotcha.
There's a lot of drug use,
Mm.
a lot of secret sex. So I don't remember what else was happening though.
Gotcha.
I could always just look up the plot.
Okay, but now what about the movie?
So yeah, I don't know because Masters of the Universe is like one of those things that nobody asked for.
It's true.
Like, why are you doing that?
Yeah, because didn't they just release like a couple of runs of He-Man toys? I'd been wondering why.
Off of the Netflix cartoons because Netflix released 2 different cartoons of He-Man, and they weren't
Can't imagine
bad.
why.
They weren't bad. They were decent. They had points in them to where you got to see different versions of He-Man. Like you also got to see too, like what would what would He-Man be like if he didn't have the sword to draw upon the power? Because at one point, sorry, just a quick rant on it, he said, the sword's always been just more or less a pass-through for this power, like a filter. What if I called upon it and I didn't have that to process? And he called upon the power of Grayskull.
Mhm.
And then it hit him without the sword to process the power, and it just hit him like just raw power.
Yeah.
And he becomes like a giant Hulk version of He-Man.
Maybe kind of.
But he was like a savage. So it's like Savage He-Man.
Ah.
It was pretty cool. Because he was like, Hulk and Loki and with
Mhm.
Skeletor. So there's one more that I think looks like it will be something that will be either very good and cap things off the way it needs to, or it'll be very bad and end everything the way that Tiny thinks it will. And that is The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's going to be stupid as fuck.
You're going to have Din Djarin back again as the Mandalorian. You're going to have Grogu. You're going to have Sigourney Weaver, who's going to be playing a New Republic Ranger. Jeremy Allen White is going to be Rhoda the Hutt. Johnny Kane is going to be an Imperial warlord for the Galactic Empire. It's going to be directed by Dave Filoni. And oh no, he's not. He's a co-writer. Dave Filoni is.
Didn't they replace Pedro Pascal?
No.
Because I know there was talks of it.
No, there's no. Pedro Pascal is still Din Djarin.
Okay. I guess they settled that contract dispute.
But it's directed by Favreau and written by Favreau and Filoni.
Okay.
So Filoni is reprising a role as an X-Wing pilot.
So here's my problem with Mandalorian and Grogu. Okay.
He left and then came back.
Yeah, it's like Grogu should have been gone because he left to go be with the Jedi to get his training, learn how to understand his power, all these things. And then here he comes flying back with magic. And he's like, I have that thing you gave me, Din. We don't need that. Why did Disney do that? Oh, yeah, because everybody thought Grogu was cute. I want a baby Yoda, so let's bring him back because they all like baby Yoda.
That voice you just did coming out of your body makes me scared.
Yeah.
I'm frightened, and I'm alone in this isolated room of fear you've created.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Brought to you by Lemon Cherry Gelato. Brought to you by Subaru. Thanks, everybody, for joining us for our first episode of the year 2026. There's a bunch of stuff that's coming out that maybe we'll get into later on in the year.
Yep.
As we have mentioned today.
Maybe we won't. Who
And maybe we
knows?
won't. Maybe we'll watch it, and because I'm going to watch it. That's the way I do stuff. Like where you know my wife's going to read. You know you're probably going to read.
Yep.
I'm going to watch.
Or audiobook.
I'm going to watch. I'm going
Mhm.
to watch it. I will report back. That is my goal. That is my job that pays me no money.
It's true. It's true.
My job that pays me no money is to watch and report. So, everybody, you have a great rest of your week, and thank you for listening to us. And Tiny, any final thoughts?
I don't know.
Good. I thought he was going to meow.
Yeah.
No, it's
So here's to friends and Thanos bright in every